What's up, guys? Cookie and Swanee here with yet another podcast. There is more news of some sort, and it's not good. And it comes from Ben Walk's Twitter, the EA community manager. He was responding to a tweet from someone who was saying, "Hey, look, I know you guys have these heroes. You know, they're in the system. You just haven't released them. When are you going to go ahead and release those heroes?" Ben came up with the response of, if we had any heroes, we would release them. Not super reassuring. I don't think that was exactly what that guy was hoping for, and certainly not what the rest of the Battlefront 2 community was hoping for. So now, maybe we shouldn't be surprised, Swanee, but we definitely know it for sure now. They don't have anything in the hero department, and it's been 8 months.
Yeah, that's pretty much what everybody expects from DLC and wants from DLC and has been asking for since the game came out. We want Obi-Wan, we want Grievous, we want Ahsoka, we want Dooku, we want Jango Fett, Padme. There's tons of options that people have asked for. Tons.
Yeah.
And they don't have any heroes made since November, and it is May. Mid-May at that.
Nope.
And they don't have any of them.
It's probably worse than that. They probably don't have any even in production because he's in. Because you would think Ben would say something like, "We don't have any made right now, but we're working on a couple right now," or something. He can be vague. He doesn't have to be specific, since I know no one at EA likes to be specific. So he can be perfectly vague and say that, and I mean the guy would be disappointed, but he wouldn't be brokenhearted like he is now, along with the rest of the community. Mm-hmm. So it's that was just not smart to say at all.
Yeah.
And,
well, what a lot of people don't know is that they think that everyone in DICE is working on Battlefield, but they don't realize that DICE isn't just one group of, like, it's not just one building. Like, there's a part of DICE that only works on Star Wars, and that's like Dennis, and like there's like 4 or 5 dudes that each have their own thing. Like one guy does blasters, one guy does map design and whatever. But there's a dude that does nothing but hero stuff. He was the hero designer. He did it in the last game too. And then he came back for Battlefront 2. And he designed the abilities and the hero star cards, and he designed like all that stuff. What the hell's he been doing since November?
He does buffs, he does nerfs, and he sleeps. I don't know what else he could possibly be doing.
But the buffs and nerfs take like a month at a time to get out.
I know. He's hard at work.
And he still hasn't fixed
He can't possibly have time for new heroes and villains when he has to buff and nerf the ones he has. I'm being sarcastic.
Like, he still hasn't fixed Boba's jetpack. It'll turn off permanently.
He's still got so many heroes and villains to fix.
Aiden's shield's never been fixed. Ones. Vader's choke, he messed up, but now it doesn't work. Like, there's so many things that are messed up, and it doesn't... Oh. Like, I tweeted this the other day that Fortnite made Thanos in Fortnite. They gave him 3 abilities, just like a hero in Battlefront, and he was only available for a week. And in that week's time, they nerfed Thanos 3 times in a week. So not only did they create Thanos, which I'm sure was... I mean, it's been 6 months and they haven't made a hero for Battlefront, but they made Thanos, gave him 3 unique abilities, and nerfed him 3 times in a week, and then poof, he's gone. So, how can Fortnite do that? And if it's so hard and takes so many resources, why would they put so much resources into one character like Thanos on Fortnite just for him to be there for a week? But Battlefront can't make 2 new heroes for a freaking DLC 6 months later?
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying about, like, that many people working on DICE and stuff, I mean, we don't know at all what the numbers are anymore because there was so many at the beginning. Then these leaks are saying, like, almost none of them are working on it anymore. Either way, there's still no excuse for not having 2 heroes in 8 months. I mean, there's just no way that could have come together. And it just doesn't make any sense. There's just no reason for this lack of content. it doesn't help anyone. Obviously, it doesn't help the community.
Do you know?
But without all these,
like, how much
money,
you can
could have
accomplish?
skins with this stuff.
You can accomplish a lot in 6 months. Like, if you set your mind to something and you work, you go to your job every day. Well, at least 5 days out of the week, Monday through Friday. Let's say 9 to 5. Every day for 6 months. I could freaking develop something. I don't know shit, but if I sat there and I researched it and I learned how to do it, it's not like this guy doesn't know how to do it. He's not starting from scratch. He knows how to make this stuff. He has all the resources in front of him. It's not like he doesn't have the programs already installed on his computer. He just coming, like, what's he doing every day at work?
That's been a great question for everybody at DICE. What are they doing?
What are these guys doing at work?
Well, like, you say 6 months, but I mean, I don't know exactly when they started making Battlefront 2, but we know when they stopped working on Battlefront 1 and focused all their resources on Battlefront 2. That was in February of 2017. And then by November of 2017, they had 14 heroes, 11 maps. They had a lot of stuff. Actually, technically 16 heroes, because Phasma and Finn were already done. So, yeah, there's quite a lot you can do. Even EA DICE sometimes does quite a lot if they're doing something. So I don't know what the reason is going to be. I feel like someday down the road we're going to finally get these answers. Like, we're starting to get some leaked answers that are still kind of unclear. But, I mean, there just is no legible reason that I can think of for what they're doing right now. And the extreme lack of content. Even the leaks don't necessarily explain it away. Like, I understand even if they have less people working on it, you could still have come up with something by now. Like, there is just a horrendous amount of mismanagement going on. Yeah. I have no idea.
My guess is maybe they just sent the people that they knew they weren't going to use, like, home. Like, laid them off. Like, all right, hero man, you're not going to make any heroes forever. You go home.
Well, if they laid them off, you would think, I guess they could sign, like, a contract or something that would, make it so they can't talk about it. But because that would be some pretty decent outrage. They're just laying off everybody who worked on this game. But I don't know what they're doing, and I've been racking my brain to figure it out.
Yes, but the fact that that pretty much confirms we aren't getting any heroes for season 2. For those of you that still had hope for the second part of the season, and I mean, who knows about the future? I mean, months ago, before Ben was here, Dennis teased Clone Wars quite a few times. He brought up droidekas, he brought up Anakin, he had his banner changed to Anakin. Like, he was very strongly hinting at Clone Wars. And then something happened around, like, I don't know, February-ish. And then
because he had that AMA in February when he talked about droidekas and he talked about a bunch of stuff. And it looked like he was like, I know we got off to a rocky start, but we got tons of plans. And he was talking about all these things that they have plans for. And it almost was like Dennis got smacked over the head by somebody, and they put duct tape around him and said, you are never allowed to talk again. Because he hasn't gone anywhere near that again since then. I don't know what happened there. Yeah. They're like, Ben feels like I feel like he's, I don't know. Like, that, the entire company is so screwed up right now, and everything around this game is just really freaky almost. Like, I don't know what is going on between Dennis, Ben, and everybody else that's working on this game. Because you're right, that hero designer, we've only heard from him like once. And that was one time I can even remember when he talked back in January about, hey, I'm going to finally do some buffs and nerfs for the first time in 2 months.
Talking on Twitter again. Like, he's asked people for feedback about star cards. And he said that it's very, very unlikely that they will add new star cards because it's too difficult or something. So, yeah, we're not getting any new star cards either. So we're not getting any new star cards and any new heroes. So
how did they make this system? Did they make it so it's uneditable? What do you mean you can't make any star cards?
No
idea. Like, how could you set up a game that you hope to be a live service game and then have tons of things that are just too hard to work on? That doesn't make any sense. You don't build a game that way. I don't know the ins and outs of video games at all, but wow, what the hell's going on there?
But
not good news again.
But to summarize it, we aren't getting Heroes for the foreseeable future or ever, and we aren't getting Star Cards. So if you had any hope for those things, you might as well give up. Just hope that leaks true, and we might get a Geonosis map and maybe 2 Heroes in August, if we're lucky. But
oof, real lucky.
Yeah, so that's going to do it for this podcast today, guys. It's a bit of a short one today, not too much to talk about. Just wanted to give our opinions on those tweets. And be sure to check out our second channel, Foul Play. We are uploading tons of videos over there now that Battlefront's kind of dying off. Stay tuned for our streams. Become a sponsor today to help support the channel. And we will talk to you guys in the next video.
Goopa noopa. Yep, yep.